Слідуй за мною, смертний.
So, let's begin.
Слідуй за мною, смертний.
Did you hear that? I don't know horse or what.
I think it's just the wind.
All right, today we're heading deep, deep into the forests of Ukrainian folklore. We're going to meet a spirit that's, well, she's both beautiful and absolutely terrifying. She's a guardian of nature, but also a lethal predator. Yep, today we are talking all about the Mavka. Okay, so picture this. You're walking down a pass in the forest just as the sun is setting. You know that smell of damp earth? The air is thick with it. And then, up ahead, you see her. She's stunningly beautiful, with long hair that's got wildflowers woven right into it. And she's beckoning to you, calling you deeper into the woods. But you get this feeling, something is just off. So what do? Do you follow her into those growing shadows? You've got to be careful, though, because that decision, it might just be your last. Right, so this ghostly figure, this phantom you've just met in the forest, she's what's known in Ukrainian mythology as a Mavka. And if you really want to understand her, you have to look past that beautiful face. You have to see the darkness that's hiding just behind it. So what is a Mavka, really? Let's get into it. Let's break down the anatomy of this really mysterious spirit. Okay, so from the front, she is just the absolute picture of natural beauty. Think young, with these captivating green eyes and long, flowing hair. Sometimes it's even green. And she uses this look to lure in travelers who don't know any better. She's literally a vision, like a song from the forest brought to life. But if you happen to see her from behind, that whole illusion just shatters. See, a Mavka has no back. It's just a horrifying hollow void. You can see right through to her shimmering insides, her heart, her lungs, absolutely everything. It's this terrifying emptiness hidden behind that beautiful face. So to get a little more formal, a Mavka, and you might also hear her called a Navka or Nyavka, is the restless soul of a young woman or a child. And she's not like the classic rusalka or mermaid you might be thinking of, the ones from the water. No, her domain is the land. She's all about the forests, the meadows, and the mountain caves. And even the debate over her name gets right to her tragic core. So one theory traces Navka all the way back to a Proto-Slavic word that means corpse. Yeah, linking her directly to the dead. But then another theory suggests Mavka comes from a word that means small, which points to her starting out as the spirit of a child. Corpse or child, either way you look at it, her story starts with tragedy. So how does a soul even become a Mavka? Well, it's a heartbreaking process, really. It all starts with the soul of a child who died before being baptized, or maybe a young woman who died a tragic death. For 7 long years, that soul just wanders the earth, stuck in this kind of limbo, begging anyone it meets to perform a baptism and save it. But if, after those 7 years, no one helps, that soul is damned. It transforms into a full-fledged Mavka. And this is where her story gets really complicated, because the Mavka, she isn't just some simple monster. She has this incredibly powerful dual nature. She's both a life-giving guardian and a life-taking predator. Let's talk about her good side first. The Mavka is deeply, deeply connected to the life-giving force of nature. It's said that Mavki are the ones who plant the first flowers in the mountains after the snow melts, and that the grass grows greener and thicker wherever they dance. People in the old days even left them offerings of bread because they believed the Mavka could help make their fields fertile and keep their livestock safe. But then, there's her dark side. And this side reflects the raw, untamed danger of the wilderness. She'll lure young men deep into the forest, but not for a kiss. Oh no, she tickles them to death. It's wild. Other legends say she can drain the life force right out of people while they sleep, or cause sickness and disease. And if you really get on her bad side, well, some stories say she can tear your head clean off. So how in the world do you survive an encounter with one? Old folklore has some pretty strange advice. You ready? Always carry a comb. Seriously, a Mavka is obsessed with her long hair, and she might just demand to borrow yours. If you have one to give her, she might leave you be. But if you don't, well, let's just say you won't be needing it anymore. You know, a lot of people mix up the Mavka with the Rusalka, which is another famous Slavic spirit, but they're actually pretty different. Mavki, remember, are spirits of the forest and mountains, and their big giveaway is that horrifying hollow back. Rusalka, on the other hand, they're spirits of the water and the fields. They might have a fishtail, and they're known for asking you riddles before, yep, you guessed it, tickling their victims to death.
Ти колись бачила, як падає зірка?
Ні, але я чула, що це дуже красиво.
So for centuries, the Mavka was this terrifying figure, right? A kind of boogeyman of the forest. But then in the early 20th century, something really remarkable happened. She went through this incredible transformation, from a monster into a powerful national symbol. I mean, in all the old tales, the warning was crystal clear. You fear the Mavka. You pity the poor soul who falls for her charms and follows her into the trees, because that person is not coming back. She was a cautionary tale, plain and simple, a symbol of the dangers hiding out there in the wild. The big turning point was in 1911. It was a play called The Forest Song, written by the incredible Ukrainian writer Lesia Ukrainka, and she just completely reimagined the entire myth. Her Mavka wasn't some soulless demon anymore. No, she was this sensitive, tragic spirit of nature who actually falls deeply in love with the human. And this one single work of art, it changed absolutely everything. And the shift was so dramatic. The Mavka went from being this folk demon, this trickster who represented a bad death, to becoming a national muse. She became a tragic, romantic heroine, a symbol of nature's purity, and in time, a true icon of the unbreakable Ukrainian spirit. But hold on, the Mavka's story, her evolution, it didn't just stop there. Like all truly powerful myths, she keeps adapting, keeps finding new ways to be relevant, even in our modern world. And one of the most haunting modern examples of this connects the Mavka to a huge national trauma, the Chernobyl disaster. In this new version of the legend, a Mavka is born not from an unbaptized child, but from the radioactive fallout. She becomes a spirit that haunts the contaminated, poisoned red forest. Just listen to this chilling quote from that story. The Mavka says, "The star wormwood. That's what they called that fire. I was born in its light. Now this is my forest." Wow. The ancient myth just absorbed a modern horror, proving just how incredibly resilient these stories can be. And that brings us to today, where her journey has kind of come full circle. Thanks to the huge success of the 2023 animated blockbuster Mavka, the Forest Song, she has transformed yet again. This time, from a local Ukrainian spirit into a global pop culture icon, someone who is known and even loved all around the world. So from a terrifying forest demon to a tragic lover, a national symbol, and now a movie star, the Mavka's journey really reflects our own changing relationship with nature, with love, and with tragedy. And it leaves us with one final thought, one last question. In our modern scientific world, why do we still need these ancient myths to help us make sense of it all?